Greetings, true champions of the cause. Welcome to Starplanet One Shots. I am your host, the tenebrous Arius Vallo. In today's episode, we will be showcasing a science fiction short story from the universe 22783, published in Space Opera Monthly by Lost Press in 1978. The Human Hordes, Earth's Final Whisper, marked the beginning of a beloved series in Space Opera Monthly. Inspired by his third viewing of Star Wars: A New Hope in May 1977, Alex Stolli penned this seminal work. The series ran until the publication ceased in 1988. Stolli submitted the story as part of a new writer's talent quest promoted by Space Opera Monthly later that same month. Now, dear travelers, let's begin. When the invaders came, Earth was ready, or so it thought. For years, astronomers and defense agencies had been tracking the alien armada as it unfurled its vast, ominous wings just beyond the Kuiper Belt. Humanity prepared its defenses, but no amount of vigilance could brace them for the staggering might of the extraterrestrial force that loomed ever closer. As the armada breached the outer reaches of the solar system, panic turned to resolve. Nations cast aside old rivalries, forging an unprecedented alliance to combat the oncoming threat. The united Earth forces converged, their combined fleets meeting the alien juggernaut in the shadow of Jupiter's swirling storms. It was there, amid the violent beauty of the gas giant, that humanity made its stand. The battle was fierce and unrelenting. Ships clashed in a dance of death, streaks of light and explosions painting the void. Humanity held its ground, refusing to yield. Yet, it quickly became evident that their efforts were in vain. They were but knives against a hail of bullets. The alien technology was vastly superior, their tactics devastatingly effective. Earth's fleet was pushed back, retreating slowly but inevitably toward their home world. As the situation grew dire, desperation bred innovation. The leaders of Earth, knowing they needed something extraordinary to turn the tide, summoned the greatest minds from every discipline. Scientists, engineers, and military strategists collaborated in a feverish race against time. Their goal was to create a starfighter capable of matching the alien force, a weapon unlike any other. From this crucible of desperation emerged the XR Excalibur. Sleek, agile, and bristling with advanced weaponry, it was humanity's last, best hope. As Earth's forces continued to falter, production on the Excalibur commenced. Factories operated around the clock, but the relentless alien advance left little time. The war moved closer to Earth, each battle chipping away at the fragile alliance's resources and resolve. As cities burned and the skies darkened with smoke, the leaders knew their final hour was at hand. Only one XR Excalibur was completed before Earth fell. Amidst the burning, scarred landscape, a sullen figure knelt before a makeshift headstone. She dropped the helmet she held under her arm and released her long blonde hair from a tight ponytail, letting it cascade down her shoulders. Her fingers extended to touch the worn memorial before her. Her head bowed as she clutched the starfighter helmet to her chest. Her flight suit was a torn, muddied white piece adorned with significant markings and a picture of Earth on her shoulder. A single tear fell to the scorched dirt beneath her. The female figure stood, stowing the helmet under her arm. She sighed, raised her head, and stood motionless for a moment before relaxing. "I'll be seeing you soon, Dad," she whispered under her breath. She turned to face the XR Excalibur behind her, its distinctive gray-blue stripes running down its length. Trudging over to the craft, she noted its engines already humming, ready to escape into the burning sky. As she walked past its wedge-shaped nose, She ran her fingers across its cold exterior, a silent farewell to the world she once knew. Hauling herself into the cramped cockpit, her dull armor caught on the sides of the clear canopy as she slid in. Sighing, she pulled the canopy over her seat, sealing herself within the machine. Slowly, she slid the helmet over her head, brushing her blonde hair behind her ears. Her fingers wrapped around the flight stick, tears now building up in her eyes. Gritting her teeth, she fought back the sobs threatening to escape. The fighter began to rise off the ground, lifting her away from the desolation below. The XR's engines roared to life, the sound blending with the distant echoes of war. She took one last look at the headstone through the canopy, her vision blurred by tears, before focusing ahead. The sky was a canvas of fire and smoke. She was the only one left. Nothing to lose, she says to herself. With a steely determination, she propelled the Excalibur into the heavens. The earth burned beneath a tumultuous sky, choked with the acrid stench of destruction. Cities lay in ruins, their once proud structures reduced to smoldering rubble by the relentless onslaught of the alien invaders. From the heart of this inferno emerged the solitary fighter, a marvel of human engineering, streaking through the billowing smoke and fire towards the star-littered expanse of space above. As she exited the atmosphere one last time, the shadow of the alien mothership and its armada loomed before her. Her heart pounded in rhythm with the pulsating hum of the fighter's engines, its experimental weaponry humming with deadly potential. Around her, the remnants of Earth's defense forces gave her cover from the alien armada. Their valiant efforts were a desperate bid for survival. Soon, she was detected, and the alien fighters swarmed like angry hornets, their sleek, angular shapes contrasting sharply against the backdrop of smoky destruction. Each alien fighter emitted an eerie crimson glow, their weapons firing pulses of energy that streaked across the void like deadly comets. Her reflexes were honed to perfection as she deftly maneuvered the Excalibur, dodging and weaving through the lethal onslaught. With a calm born of necessity, she unleashed the Excalibur's devastating arsenal. Beams of incandescent energy lanced out, finding their marks with unerring accuracy. Alien fighters exploded in brilliant bursts of light and debris, their ominous presence momentarily diminished by the ferocity of her counterattack. The Excalibur danced balletically through the chaos, a testament to human ingenuity and determination. But the battle was far from won. The alien armada regrouped, their numerical superiority threatening to overwhelm the lone human fighter. Undeterred, she pushed the Excalibur to its limits, taking calculated risks that paid off in a series of spectacular victories. She darted past the defenses of a massive carrier ship, unleashing a devastating salvo that sent it spiraling into the Earth's atmosphere in a cataclysmic blaze. As the debris from the carrier ship scattered like cosmic confetti, she set her sights on the ultimate prize, the alien mothership. Its colossal form dominated the void, a brooding colossus bristling with unknown weaponry and malevolent intent. With grim determination, she steered the Excalibur towards its daunting silhouette, her mind focused on a singular, audacious plan. Accelerating towards the heart of the alien armada, this was humanity's final stand, and she would see it through to the bitter end. The Excalibur hurtled towards the gaping maw of the mothership, its engines straining against the relentless barrage of enemy fire. She gritted her teeth as the Excalibur's energy shields flickered and dimmed under the onslaught. In a final act of defiance, she prepared to sacrifice herself for the fate of humanity. With a resolute cry, she engaged the Excalibur's last reserves of power, intending to breach the mothership's hull in a blaze of glory. "My name is Carly Freeman. I am human, "And I am from Earth," she screams with defiance. But fate, cruel and indifferent, had other plans. The Excalibur shuddered violently as its defenses gave out, a blinding explosion consuming the fighter and its courageous pilot in a brilliant burst of light. The alien armada, victorious and unchallenged, loomed ominously over the devastated planet. Humanity's struggle had ended, not with a triumphant roar, but with a solitary whisper of defiance that echoed through the cosmos. The bridge of the alien mothership was a marvel of alien architecture, sprawling and majestic. Bathed in an otherworldly luminescence that emanated from pulsating panels embedded in the walls, the chamber seemed to pulse with a life of its own. At its heart stood a colossal viewing port, a window to the cosmos through which the remnants of Earth's destruction could be seen, like a distant canvas of chaos and flame. Surrounded by an aura of authority and power, Lord Agros, the alien leader, commanded attention with his imposing presence. His tall, lanky frame was adorned in a deep dark blue uniform, trimmed with intricate red patterns that denoted his high rank. A flowing red cape draped regally over his shoulders, swaying subtly in the controlled currents of the bridge's atmosphere. His skin, a striking shade of light purple, contrasted sharply with his bright orange hair that framed his angular face with an air of otherworldly elegance. To his left stood General Korgus, a shorter but equally resolute figure, clad in the same deep blue uniform as Lord Agros, though lacking the embellishment of a cape. General Korgus's demeanor was stoic, yet respectful, as he addressed his leader, his eyes fixed on the distant tableau of Earth's demise. "They did hold up a good fight, Lord Agros," General Korgus remarked, his voice resonating with a mix of admiration and acknowledgement for humanity's futile struggle. Lord Agros turned slightly towards his subordinate, his expression betraying a hint of curiosity. "That is true, General Korgus. Quite the tenacious species, weren't they?" As the conversation continued, Lord Agros's attention shifted to Captain Mogris, who stood to his right. Captain Mogris, a diminutive figure compared to the towering forms of his companions, was nevertheless an essential cog in the intricate machinery of the alien command structure. Clad in the same militaristic attire as his comrades, Captain Mogris exuded an air of intelligence and precision that belied his frail appearance. "Did we gather enough DNA, Captain Mogris?" Lord Agros inquired with a note of expectation, his gaze piercing yet calculating. Captain Mogris adjusted his glasses nervously, his small hands clasped before him as he spoke. "I believe we did, my lord. This world was a hidden breeding ground for the Annunanki, a stockpile of unknowing soldiers that they have kept hidden for centuries, to be called on at any time." Lord Agros's brow furrowed slightly, intrigued by the implications of Captain Mogris's revelation. "What do you mean?" he pressed, his tone commanding yet tinged with a curiosity that mirrored his intellectual prowess. Captain Mogris straightened, gathering his thoughts before responding. "Our intel has informed us that the Annunanki sought out developing planets hundreds of thousands of years ago. They searched for the perfect conditions to engineer their foot soldiers. These poor creatures," he paused, gesturing vaguely towards the viewport where Earth hung like a smoldering ember, "had no idea they were just pawns in an intergalactic war." The revelation hung heavy in the air of the bridge, mingling with the quiet hum of the ship's systems and the distant echoes of Earth's demise. Lord Agros absorbed the information with a silent intensity, his mind racing with implications for their ongoing campaign of conquest across the galaxy. Excellent. Begin the re-engineering of these soldiers. I want the first batch of them ready for battle by the end of the cycle. No doubt the Annunanki are aware of our conquest and are on their way here now. Lord Agros declared with a commanding tone, his purple skin glowing faintly in the ambient light of the bridge. "As you wish, my lord," Captain Mogris responded with a deep bow, acknowledging the order before swiftly turning on his heels to exit the grand chamber. His mind raced with calculations and plans, already envisioning the intricate process of harnessing Earth's unwitting inhabitants into formidable soldiers for their expanding empire. With Captain Mogris's departure, General Korgus stepped forward, his posture attentive yet deferential. "Shall I report this to the Empire, my lord?" he inquired, his voice a steady rumble that echoed faintly in the vastness of the bridge. "No need. I will inform my father of today's triumph myself. It's best you ready our forces for the upcoming confrontation, General," Lord Agros replied, his gaze unwavering as he gestured towards the exit. The dismissal was clear, and General Korgus nodded respectfully before pivoting on his heel and striding purposefully towards the operational decks. Alone now, save for the bustling activity of bridge personnel attending to their duties, Lord Agros turned back to the viewport. Earth hung in the distance, once a pale blue orb, now a bearing sphere of ruins. Lord Agros envisioned the grandeur of the empire he served, its dominion stretching across galaxies yet hungry for more. With a flick of his wrist, he activated a holographic console. The bridge of the alien mothership fell momentarily silent as Lord Agros, standing before the grandeur of the viewport that framed Earth's conquered remains, initiated the holographic transmission. A flickering image materialized before him, coalescing into the form of a male humanoid of immense stature and presence, Lord Agros's father, the supreme ruler of their vast empire. "Father, I have good news," his smirk carrying a hint of sinister satisfaction. And with that, true champions of the cause, our story has come to an end. I thank you for spending this time with us, and I look forward to seeing you again. Let your thoughts on the story be known in the comments. I truly look forward to reading them. So, until next time, please like, comment, and subscribe. And until our paths cross again, I have been your host, Arius Valo. See you in the shadows, my love.
No matter where you are in the universe, there's always one place that feels like home. A place where the burgers are always cooked to perfection, every time. Everyone knows the galaxy's best burgers are on Starplanet. Starries, eat in, eat out, but always eat the best.
The universe is a grand place, full of uncertainty. But the one thing you can be sure on is the greatest pizzas can always be found at Pistol Star Pizza, with over 500 trillion outlets throughout the universe. One thing is for sure, you'll never go hungry at Pistol Star Pizza. Pistol Star Pizza. At Pistol Star Pizza.